Hello everybody and welcome to my first YouTube video here on YouTube, of course. My name is The Swedish Cyclist, and as you can tell by the name, I am from Sweden and I really like to ride my bike. And in this video I'm gonna do an introduction about my channel and what I like to do on this channel in the future. So as you can see here, I'm climbing up a mountain in Croatia where I was on vacation this summer. And this is not a really hard climb. It's about 2.5 kilometers with an average gradient of like 7%. And I don't know if I'm really counting as heavy, but I'm around 73 kilos in this video. And as you can see here on the left side, we have the kilometers per hour, which is around 10 kilometers. So in the beginning here, it's really steep, but it does ease out on the in the end of the climb. In the middle of the screen, I have a power, which you can see it's around 250 watts at the moment. And that's around, I don't know in watts per kilo, but that's a bit over 3 watts per kilo. So I'm just cruising here at the moment. And on the right side you can see the elevation. So I started at around 0 meters at sea level, and I'm gonna climb, I'm not sure how many meters, but over 100 at least. So you can see here in the beginning the climb is pretty hard, and I'm having to push pretty hard. But one thing I should say here is just, if you have a power meter, just pace yourself. This was a pretty big ride with a lot of hills, and this is what was in the beginning of the ride. So I knew that if I just stick to around 250 watts, which is around cruising pace for me, I have a FTP of around 300 at this point. So 250 is okay for this length, 2.5 kilometers. So this is just the beginning of this channel, the first video, but I have a Garmin Verb, so I can record when I race, when I work out, and I will do a couple of instruction videos. If I do a workout, I will explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and why it's a good workout. So that will happen on this channel, and as I said before, I will record some races and do some race footage because of this Garmin Verb, which is really nice. And also it's August right now when I'm recording this, so winter is on its way. So I will do some Swift racing. I raced the B and A Cat last season, but I didn't really have the time to race because I have a quite tight schedule. But if I get some time to do some Swift racing, I will most likely do it because it's really fun platform Swift. So that means that the Swift season is on its way. It's it's winter time is coming, and it's probably gonna be really cold soon where I live, because I'm from Sweden, and here in Sweden we have around 30 minus degrees in the winter, so it's not optimal for winter riding. So I really like to do I ride on the track, the velodrome, and I do some rides outside, but Swift is really nice just for riding in the winter. But as you can see here, we are still climbing in this beautiful weather. This really takes me back to when I did this climb, because it's really nice down in the south around the Mediterranean. It's just very steady climbs. We do have some really steep climbs, but I didn't have the chance to record any of those. I only recorded 2 rides, which was quite bad, but I just started to learn how to use this Garmin Verb. But just look at the quality, just look at the stones on the side, or look at the bushes. I mean, it's extremely good quality. It's insane. I mean, I've done this climb and it looks just like I'm there again, which is insane. So you can see here I'm doing 260 watts at the moment. You can see my watts, this is on 1 second watts, so it isn't any like 30 seconds. So you can see my power is still really steady. It's because even though it's really steep, I do have a 1132 cassette, which is, I have to say, probably the best buy this season. It just makes sense to be able to spin a bit easier gear, so I can stay have my cadence around 75-80 all times when I'm not going full gas. But I really think it does help to choose a 32, because this climb isn't that bad. You can use a 28, but I mean, just be able to spin a bit more when it's pretty slow speed like this. 11 kilometers, I think my cadence was around probably 75. I will show you the stats, the Strava stats, after the video, at the end of the video I mean, so you will be able to see if I what should I say, how many watts average I did and how long the climb took. So that's gonna be interesting to see. But I'm 85 meters over the sea level now, and if you look to the left, you can't really see it on the camera, but if you look to the left, it's really nice scenery with the sea, and yeah. So this is just the first part, and I did do an effort on this climb which I didn't record, which was like a max effort. I just did an experiment where I didn't pace with a power meter. I just went on feel, and I actually averaged like 370 watts for the first 5 minutes, and then I just exploded. And then the last 3 minutes, which was the last K of this climb, I just exploded and I did like 260 watts. So I actually was the fourth fastest up to the first kilometer, or first 1.5 kilometers, but I actually was extremely slow, like top 100 slow on the last bit. So that was pretty funny to see that if you do not pace with a power meter, you just go and feel, you actually go way too hard in the beginning. And I didn't even have a heart rate, so, but I knew I was going very, very hard. I was going for a personal best, because my personal best on this climb is 6 minutes and 45 seconds, which is a pretty decent time. It's around, I think I average around 370 watts and around 73 kilos, so that's okay. I can do around the 360 for 20 minutes. I did it back in May, but this was my personal best is from last year, so that's why the power is a bit low. But you can see here the climb starts to ease out now. We are over 100 meters above, and we're actually only 2 minutes, so really close to the end of the climb now, around 250 watts. So I've been keeping it steady all day long, or all climb long. So yeah, what I'm trying to do here is just keep, as I said before, just keep it steady and keep on just pedaling along in this beautiful scenery. I mean, you have to enjoy it, because it's not like this in Sweden. It's around right now it's probably around 13 degrees, and the clouds and overcast, and it's not fun to ride. I mean, it's still fun to ride, but in Sweden we don't have any hills. I mean, we do have hills, but we don't have mountains. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, but that doesn't matter if we are enjoying our bike, riding our bike. It doesn't matter. But I will sign off now, and I will catch you on the next video. Goodbye.